Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clay, and I am the Bucks believer. Yesterday, Sam Amick of The Athletic wrote that of all Kings players who have been discussed as likely trade targets, Nemanja Bjelica is the one that I would be shocked to see remain. In that same article, the Bucks were listed as a team that would have interest in Bjelica, so I decided to make this video where I will dive into what he has done so far this year for the Kings, what he could bring to the Bucks if he were acquired, as well as some potential trade packages that could get a deal done, and whether or not I would sign off on those deals if I were John Horst, the Bucks GM. Bjelica has sat out of large portions of this season so far as Marvin Bagley has started over him, and that left him feeling pretty upset because the third-year big man out of Duke has largely struggled in the minutes that he has received from Coach Luke Walton. But when Bjelica has been on the court, he's been a productive big man, averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists on pretty solid shooting splits. Throughout his career, he's been an above-average offensive role player as he provides great versatility with his shooting, where he's a 38.9% shooter from beyond the arc over his career. If he were on the Bucks, he would provide an excellent candidate to space the floor out for Giannis Antetokounmpo as he attacks the basket on the offensive end of the court. And Bjelica also is an above-average passer for a 4 guy, as he has posted a 16.2 assist rate that ranks much higher than an average player at the power forward position. That kind of passing would add a new wrinkle to the Bucks offense and would allow Bjelica to really function as an interesting option to space the floor and also provide some playmaking. On the defensive end is where some of the struggles come. While Bjelica is a smart team defender who's capable of guarding some of the slower big wings in the NBA, he's not a super switchable guy as he just doesn't have the foot quickness necessary to keep guards in front when he's switched onto them. As the Bucks continue to convert their defense into a more switch-heavy scheme, that is going to present a big problem, and for that reason, I don't think that Bjelica would help them as much on the defensive end as he does on the offensive end, even if he could play a role similar to what Ersan Ilyasova has done in years past as a smart defender who is very good as a team guy. So let's get into some trade packages with all that being said. We'll start off with the obvious one that makes the money work, Dante DiVincenzo and DJ Wilson. That's an automatic no from me. DiVincenzo is a clearly better player than Bjelica. He's on a longer contract, and he is also a younger player, so there's no way I would be willing to give up DiVincenzo in this type of deal. The next package I put together was Pat Connaughton, DJ Wilson, and a 2023 second-round pick. Once again, I don't think that Bjelica would be a big enough upgrade over Connaughton to warrant giving up an asset, so I think I would hang on to Connaughton as well as the Bucks' biggest expiring contract in DJ Wilson in this case. The last one I came up with was DJ Augustin, DJ Wilson, the Bucks' 2023 second-round pick, and the team's 2024 second-round pick, but once again, I think I would probably not want to do this because it would greatly weaken the Bucks' guard play to give up Augustin. While Bjelica is probably the better player at this point in the two's careers, I think that Augustin has more value to this Bucks team in particular, and I also don't necessarily think that the Kings would be looking to take on Augustin's contract as it extends past this season into next year, so it's not an expiring, whereas if they were to just hang on to Bjelica, that expiring money would come off of their books following this season. So the bottom line here is that a trade probably doesn't happen. Bjelica probably is a bit too pricey for the Bucks' liking, and he also positionally overlaps with the best player on the squad in Giannis Antetokounmpo while having an inability to switch onto guards that would really not bode well in a Bucks system that is leaning more and more towards a switch-heavy look. So while I do think that Bjelica could help the Bucks out quite a bit on the offensive end, some of the defensive issues would make me a bit hesitant to pull the trigger on any type of trade for this guy if I were the Bucks' John Horst, especially if it required giving up one of the few assets that the Bucks have hung on to past the Jrue Holiday trade. Let me know what your thoughts are on Bjelica in the comment section down below. Do you think the Bucks should acquire him, or are you with me in that this is probably another player, along with LaMarcus Aldridge and PJ Tucker, as I've outlined before, that we should stay away from? Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, especially if you love all things Bucks. I'm going to be cranking out consistent Bucks coverage for the rest of the season, so go ahead and subscribe. I think that I've covered everything I wanted to cover, so that's going to be it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all again very soon.